What are you saying, people? TWP, back with a bang. Here I am to bring you guys my top stocks to watch for September. So if you guys saw my last top stocks to watch video, it was for the month of August. That was crazy, and it made us have a crazy month as well in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, go join the Discord. But here I'm going to be bringing you guys my top stocks to watch for September. Now, September is the best month of the year. It's going to be the hottest month of the year. We're going to do what we did last month, but even better. So it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and you guys need to be a part of it. So in this video, I'll be reviewing my top stocks to watch for this month. A couple of them you guys will be familiar with, some of them not so familiar with. Before we get into it, remember there's a few different bits of news for September. We're going to probably see some rate cuts, either 25 basis points or 50 basis points. We're not yet sure. It could be neither of those. We're also going to see NFP, so unemployment numbers come out this Friday, but just some things to watch. You know, today's a public holiday, so it's 4-day trading week. Again, a few things to watch. So before I jump into the stocks to watch for September, drop me a thumbs up, show some support, show me some love, do me a favor, comment, share, and subscribe as well if you're new around here. But let's jump into the video. So first thing, I'm scrolling on Yahoo Finance, just like I do on any given day. This is a perfectly normal thing for me to do. Intel CEO ideas for revival. We'll see if INTC Intel revives. But I'm looking at other bits of news. Harris and Trump race to spend their 1 billion war chest, blah, blah. So, politics might come into things and affect something. We shall see. But let's jump onto a trading view and get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. So you see Tesla stock is on the chart, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about first. I'm going to be talking about PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL. So PayPal. Why am I talking about PayPal? Well, first of all, because the first time I started talking about PayPal was down here in November 2023. I made YouTube videos about it, made TikToks, Instagram posts, and now we're almost at $76, which is the next price target. So August was really good. September's going to be even better for PayPal. We're trying to reach that $78 price point and above and shoot for the stars. Right now, we're at 73. We had a little bit of a double bottom back in July, which I liked on the daily chart. Good for the technical analysis people. And then we started to break above my levels of support and my levels of resistance. So, like I said, 76 is the next price target. Right now, we're at $72. Very nice price point for PayPal. Do I think this is going to be one that blows past 80 just like that? Not really. But do I think it's steadily uptrending? Yes. 118 is the price target. 118 is the price target for the next 18 to 24 months. That's pretty much a double up if you get in now. I mean, of course, if you got in earlier, like I wouldn't say told you because it's not financial advice, you would have got in at a good price point. But you can still get in here, 72, 73, and see some potential gains. I don't think PayPal is one that you should be leaving off your radar, but up to you. Nike next, ticker symbol NKE. So we sold off after earnings back in June. But if you look at the overall chart, it's very bearish. You see a very clear descending pattern. We reached 170 a few years ago, but the stock is down, 3 or 4% in the last few months. And since, those times, it's down 50% since 3 years ago. So Nike stock is still on the rise. We sold off last month, but we recovered. When I made my video, Nike was around $73. Somewhere around here, $71. And then we start to recover. Broke above the moving averages, and now we're sitting pretty on top of the 9 and the 21-day moving average. But we still have a ways to get back to where we came from. Those 130, 140 price targets. We're not looking at those yet. We're more looking at the gap up back to the 90s, maybe 95 level. But let's just hold above the moving average, break above, and then push up to that $92 price point, 93, between $92 and $95 for the month of September. I like Nike. I'm confident in Nike. But even if you want to get in on Nike, you've got to trade it still with some conviction. Be smart because you can see the overall pattern is very bearish, but we have started to see more recent signs of bullish momentum. Again, if you watched the Olympics, you would have seen the amount of Nike ads there were. I'm not surprised Nike's coming back. Next up, SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. SoFi, I like this. When I made my video, it was around $6.50. We are now at $8. This is just the beginning. This is just like a Palantir for me from beginning of last year, $8. Watch when it's $20, $22 in 18 or 24 months. So SoFi, when people start flocking towards fintech, when people start diving towards fintech and starting to load their money into smaller caps, SoFi is one that I think a lot of people are going to flock to. So that's why it's on my radar. That's why it's what I'm looking at. That's why it's one where I think we're going to break that towards that $10 price point. We break past that, it's on the way to $11 and beyond. That might not all happen in September, but it's definitely on my stocks to watch for September. All right, now for a stock you guys know very well. Tesla's ticker symbol TSLA. So with Tesla, we've got a couple of different ways to play this. We're starting to break above the moving averages, but I'm still not convinced. I feel like we're going to fall back down to $200. And maybe even if we fall, it might not stop at $200. We could still fall below that. So I'm looking for us to either break from where we are now, or, like I said, pull on back and then show more signs of bullish momentum. This level of $180 is very low, but we reached it in August, so don't put it past Tesla. We could easily go there. And if you remember, if you just look at the Tesla chart overall, we're at low price points for Tesla. We're at a pretty nice price point for those of you who want to go long on Tesla, because it was back at $302 just last year. So yeah, 270 was the highest of this year, but look, when we're at 214, that's not a bad price point. But my point is we could still fall down. You know, we want to get back to that 270 price point. We want to reach there. We want to go back up to 300 and beyond, but we need to just be patient. I need to see Tesla commit. You know, I want to see Tesla really show potential here. Because again, if we fall down to 180, sure, it'll be a great price point to buy to get some 70-80% returns long term. But right now, we're at a price point where I'm quite confident we can see bullish momentum from 214 up to 230, up higher than that. So just keep it on your radar. Next up, I'm going to really stick my neck out with this one. One where, well, you'll see. Disney, ticker symbol DIS. So Disney is clearly bearish, clearly in a descending pattern, clearly getting slaughtered by the market. Since April, we're down over 20%. Disney has been getting crushed, but Disney is now holding the moving averages after seeing some bullish momentum. I mean, we dropped to $84 last month, and then we start to rally, start to rise. Let me show you guys the 4-hour chart. You know, if you see, you know, those consolidation, we kind of broke out, a bit more consolidation right now. Let's try and break out up to the moving averages. Let's try and break out back up to that $100 price point. I've got faith in Disney, but again, I'm sticking my neck out with this one. And let me show you something in regards to the technicals, right? So they had a decent earnings. You know, revenue, operating income, they did pretty well. Operating margin, they did pretty well. You know, there was a few misses, you know, on their earnings report, but overall it was not too bad, right? Obviously, the market didn't like it. No surprise there. You know, you need beats all across the board and crazy numbers, but that's not what happened with Disney. So yeah, the share price is going to drop. You're not going to see it skyrocket, but that's fine. Disney overall, in regards to the technicals, still like it. In regards to the fundamentals, still like it. But from a technical point of view, I just needed to start rallying again. I needed to start showing more bullish signs of momentum and push up to $92, then $94, then eventually back up to that $100 price point. That's what we use the daily chart for. Look at the daily chart, shows us the 200 moving average around $98. We can get there after this consolidation. We can break out and get back up to that level. All right, my next stock is going to be Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW. Snowflake is in a similar position to Disney. I'm sticking my neck out on the line with this one because it sold off. It sold off heavily after the last earnings. We traded the post earnings. We made a lot of money. But in regards to shares, long-term investing, well, I'd love to see Snowflake get up to $130 again, but it's going to take time. Could it happen in September? Potentially, which is why I say I'm sticking my neck out on the line. But one thing about Snowflake, right now, it's looking bleak. It's looking pretty poor. You know, we were at $204 just a few months ago. Now we're all the way down in the gutter. But again, from a fundamental side of things, let me show you guys. They've got a great net revenue retention rate. You know, it's been declining, right? We see it's been declining. Okay, but it's still a great rate. 127%. 127% of their customers they are retaining year to year, quarter to quarter. Yes, it's going down, but they're still doing what they need to do. Really, you know, revenue growth has been declining. You know, obviously, like you can see, the net revenue rate retention rate is decelerating. But I've been waiting for this stock to remain, you know, bullish. We have not seen it yet. We could see it soon. I'm just not sure about it yet. But like I said, I'm putting my neck on the line. If we go to these lows, 107, we bounce back, we start uptrending, then I'm in. If we go to those lows and we break down below, well, that's the lowest the stock has ever been. So then I'm out. I'm not in, you know. But I will be looking at Snowflake this month. And last but not least, Marvell, ticker symbol MRVL. Marvell Technology. Let me show you the monthly chart. This had a great month. Marvell. There we go. Some points of the month we were down at 54. Then we hit highs of 78 just after the earnings to close out August. Here's the daily chart for Marvell. There you go, you see the gap up. Now what do we want to do with Marvell? Well, we're clearly bullish. We're starting to see signs of us reaching back to those year highs around, $90. Then once we break that, hey, we can go back to the 2022 highs, up at $93, $94. Marvell is still a stock where, they've got great potential regarding their networking, their computing. I like the risk to reward ratio here. I like the risk to reward aspect. I mean, the calls we traded from Wednesday to Friday were $72 calls, so we're obviously higher than that price point. Obviously, for those of you who like exercising your options, well, exercising the $72 calls wouldn't have been a bad price point. But let's see how we trend day to day. Let's see what the price action shows us. The hourly chart overextended, 4-hour chart slightly overextended, not as much, can pull on back before moving higher. But I like Marvell right now. Man, I think if tech can run and Nasdaq can run, the Qs can move, we're going to see Marvell back up at $90. That's a bold prediction for this month. But if those things can happen, and it's September, so it might not happen, then we'll see Marvell back at $90. Let's say at least $86 for a fair, safe price point prediction. But that's another $9, $10 run up. We can see that. We just saw a $7 run up in 2 days, due to earnings. We can see another $8, $9 push without earnings. As long as tech can run, the Nasdaq can run, we should be good. So that is your top stocks to watch for September from me. A lot of those I'll be trading this week in the Discord. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, well, maybe I didn't mention it. We have a live webinar tonight in regards to options contracts specifically. For those of you who are new to the market, you don't know about options contracts, come to the live webinar. I'll make sure that, we help you get set up and understand options in that regard. Also, if you don't know about where the webinar will be, it will be in the Royal Trading Academy. If you want access to Royal Trading Academy, first description below. There we do the call outs, the breakdowns, we talk about stocks, we have fun in there. We just do a lot of different things in regards to the stocks and the stock market. And of course, check out the second link description, Stock Option Starter Pack. 10 videos, talks a load about options in general. I'll be diving into some of those aspects today. But again, if you want that 3-hour course, check out the second link. And lastly, follow me on all forms of social media at Wealth Prince. I'm live and active there every day posting content. So please do show some support and follow on those pages. But that's it from me. Let's make it a great September. I got making, you got making. See you guys next time in another video. Peace.